Yo, where's my lock? Whose stuff is this in my lock? Yo, where's my gear? You put my stuff on Skid Row? This is what I think about Skid Row. I've been coming in for 10 years, and 10 years you've been sticking me. I want to know how come. Yeah, I want to know how come. I want to know how. Oh, hey, yo. It's Rocky, you know? I didn't even see you guys there. There was like a, oh my God, it was like a big surprise, you know what I mean? I didn't mean to be violent, Mr. Bag. Here, just settle down there. They put my stuff on Skid Row. I try to take my anger out on this and just, like that. I'm a southpaw, you know what I mean? No one wants to fight no southpaw. I'm here to tell you that I'm tired of being called a bum, you know what I mean? I've been walking around this neighborhood for years, and everyone keeps putting me down. So I just go in there and say, yo, why don't you come over here and say it to my face, you know what I mean? Well, I remember the first time I kissed Adrienne, you know, I had to work at it. You know, she came up to my apartment, it was like electric. You know, all of a sudden she was a little shy. But when I kept coming on to her, you know, she really did want it. She wanted it. That's what she wanted. I'd go into the pet shop, you know, and I'd offer to take her home, and she would always deny me, but I just kept at it, you know what I mean? You cannot give up. You have to keep doing it, digging and digging and digging and digging. Stop by. You know what I mean? If you have nothing else to do. Everyone's favorite is Rocky IV, and I can understand there's a lot of action, you know? Me versus Drago, you know, I'm just good. Like this. Yo, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna have Adrienne make some Siscati. I'm gonna be out here doing this. That's how winning is done. Yo, Adrienne! I did it. Fuck. In the afternoon, and I go out with the guys and have a rendezvous.
What? All right, why don't you rendezvous over to the other set?
I'm sorry, but it's the word rendezvous, you know. I'm stupid. I'm just stupid. You're back for another Rocky review. I hope you guys enjoyed the first review that we did. And now we're going to go on to the sequel, Rocky 2.
Yep, this is the film where Rocky, as a simpleton, just blows all his money, and he just is not smart with his life again.
I'm sorry, that word again, simpleton. Yeah, you know, he's definitely right. This is a movie that...
I'm definitely right.
You're definitely right. This is a movie... this is just like the first movie. Like, doesn't it seem like it? Like it's shot?
It does. You know what? Like it's almost. I only have one issue with the film, and it's so small. I mean, it really is equal to the first film, in my opinion. And in some ways, it surpasses the first film.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's directed and written by Stallone this time.
Yeah, the man's a machine.
It's amazing. Like
he wrote it too.
Yeah, and it starts off exactly like minutes after the first movie.
Yep.
They're in the ambulance, and it plays that great music.
Redemption.
Redemption, yeah. When they're in the ambulance, and basically, it's a this is a movie about redemption. I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Rocky.
Everyone in this film, Apollo wants
Apollo
redemption.
even, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of that's a good word for it. Yeah, I feel like. I just want to, well, I don't know where to start off, but, so yeah, the plot.
The plot, yeah, basically.
So yeah, that's right after the fight. Apollo is totally devastated because he feels he legitimately should have won that fight. It's because he took it too lightly. And he wants a rematch because he does not like that this punk from Philadelphia took him the distance.
Right, he got caught off guard pretty much. I mean, Rocky even goes into his hospital room and says, Apollo, can I ask you one question? Did you give me your best? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He admitted it.
Yep.
So, this whole movie is basically about Rocky trying to move on with his life with Adrienne. They get married. She gets pregnant.
and he's spending all his money that he received from the fight, as well as trying to do commercials, which doesn't really work out. And on the other side, you got Apollo trying to get Rocky back for a rematch, because he wants to prove to everybody that last time was just a fluke. He wants to prove that he can knock Rocky out, and so he's going to do anything. He's going to do everything in his power to try to humiliate Rocky into returning into the ring, because Rocky doesn't want to. Adrian doesn't want him to. Mick doesn't want him to. He doesn't want him to go blind. They want Rocky to do normal stuff and not just be a fighter.
And he tries too. I mean, he tries getting a job, and
oh right, yeah.
I mean, he has to he doesn't have to realize, but you realize that it's all he knows. He even admits it. Like, the boxing is all he knows. I mean, no one's going to give him a desk job. They say they're right in the movie. You didn't finish high school education. Why don't you try a manual labor job? And then he does get a manual labor job, and then he gets laid off because of union rules.
I know, and do you think he would have actually done good at that job if that wouldn't have happened? Do you think he would have stayed there? It's just kind of interesting
That is interesting. I mean,
he seemed like he enjoyed it.
He was, yeah, and it's hard to say because, man, he was only there like a week or something, wasn't it? Like a short period of time.
The good thing about that was physical work, and it's like, he likes that type of stuff.
Right.
He's getting into shape even then.
I'll say this. I think he was more proud that he was providing for the family. I think that was the thing. I think as long as he had a job where he was providing, I think he was okay with it. But then when he lost all that, he was like, I have no other choice but to fight.
It's funny because the whole commercial thing didn't work out, but then when you go to Rocky 3, he's all about commercials. Like, he does commercials like all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, in this one, he just I know he's new at it, but it's like, that didn't work. So the only thing left for him to do is to fight. And like I said, Adrian is against it and all that stuff. She ends up going into, falling into a coma when the baby's born. And you really, honestly, there are things in this movie that emotionally is just hits you harder than the first movie.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'd like to...
Go ahead.
I want to talk about some of the things in this film that I thought were better than the first movie.
I cried.
One is you talked about it, is I thought the emotion of part 2 was stronger than the first movie. I think, yeah, like the whole Adrian being sick and Rocky in the scene where Mick slaps him and he's like, you ain't got the tools no more. I mean, you feel so bad for Rocky because it's like, remember, he's like, I spent my whole life trying to get a career, and now you're telling me it's over. See, it's like they're taking it away from him. He just got a little bit, and then they're taking it away from him. So the emotional part, I really thought was better than the first movie. Another thing I really liked in this movie over the first movie was, I thought Mick. This is my favorite Mick of the movies, because they get that whole speech, that monologue he has in the church. Why don't you hit this guy hard like you did before? That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, that whole scene, but also the levity. Like, I really liked that. Like, you could tell that Rocky and Mick were starting to get a good relationship, and there's so much good comedy in this movie. Like, between the two.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, you gotta chase this chicken and stuff like that. Like, so yeah, Mick, I thought I liked him. They did more with him in this movie, and I enjoyed that more as well. And then the other thing was the fight. The boxing match is phenomenal. It destroys the first movie.
Yeah.
And you really can see in this film, like, even Apollo, I would say I think I maybe liked him a little bit more in this movie because
he was more aggressive.
Well, I think they humanized him a little bit better because he, like, remember, like, people are writing him hate mail and stuff because, like, oh, like, you carried that bum stuff. So he has something to prove. Like, he feels like...
He's not a villain. He feels like he needs to prove these people wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like, he would have won the fight. He won like 12 of the 15 rounds. Like, he kind of destroyed Rocky in this movie. The only reason Rocky won is because of his heart and that last knockdown.
When they both when they both stand up, it's like, God, that gets you on the edge of your seat every time. Even though I know the outcome, I'm just like, oh man, what's going on? But let's talk about the training scene.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, compare that to the first. The first movie had a good training scene. This one, when he's doing in the junkyard and whatever, like when that music starts,
He's got the log.
that goosebumps every single time. My hair stand up.
Yeah.
Is amazing.
So yeah, there is so many things I feel that they improved on from the first movie
Sure,
going into the second one.
And everyone returns
Yeah.
that was in the first movie. And Paulie, in this movie,
They don't really give him much to do.
he doesn't.
I think that's probably my only complaint.
Yeah,
for the film.
that's a good one. Yeah,
He I mean, he kind of his plot is pretty much he wants Rocky's old job,
yeah,
and
it's weird. It's like it seems like we always owe or like Rocky's always trying to owe Paulie something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But then, like you said in the last review, Duke, he's still trying to warn Apollo.
He's the
all
brains. He knows what's right, and no one ever listens to him.
He's like, you're all right. He's all wrong for us, baby.
I saw you beat that man. I can see no one get beat before.
Man, I won, but I didn't beat him.
The man kept coming after you. We don't need that kind of man in our life. Then that just remember Apollo's just like, you just proved to me why I have to fight him. Because you're saying that I couldn't beat him, but he feels like he could. So
yeah, Duke didn't. It didn't seem like he had any. I want to say he didn't really. I think that Creed was all. It just in certain ways it didn't seem like he thought Creed was all that good in certain times. Because if he did, he would have been like, "Oh, this is no problem. Go after him."
I think it's
Giving
more,
him the.
I think it's more of like a protective thing.
Yeah,
kind of like
protective.
kind of like in the third movie, which we won't get too much into, but how Mick was like, "You're not fighting Clover."
That's true. Yeah.
So I feel like Duke probably realized how good Rocky really was. Like,
Right.
that would kind of be where I would sit with that. But yeah, of course, Rocky Jr. is born.
Yeah, and there's a lot. Think about it. There's a lot that goes on in this movie. There's the wedding. There's the pregnancy. There's
Oh, we didn't even talk about the commercials.
Oh.
We hit on it a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was so. Yeah, like Rocky, he tried to get a good job and he couldn't get a job, and then he did get the manual labor job. But even before all that, yeah, he tried to do the commercials and it didn't work out because you can't read.
he doesn't really know how to read, which makes sense. I mean, he grew up on the streets. He didn't have a good vocabulary.
I blame Adrian a little bit. Because not for the reading part, but remember how Rocky's just blowing all his money and she's all being quiet. Like,
oh yeah.
But that's because that's her character. She's shy. She's more submissive as far as that goes. But you could tell she was worried. But
You could tell Stallone was having fun too. Like when the parts where he's buying stuff and he's like, "Look at these bricks, nice bricks," and he's like, you need a good watch. I think I'll get one too. And then it's like, I can't tell Tom very good, but like you could tell he's having fun. Like the whole scenario when he's buying stuff.
Rocky, you're making this man's you're making this man's job very easy for him. This is all details.
It's just details. I think it helps to be done. All right, we'll take the house.
Better not leave the roast.
It's like, God, make decisions.
I know. So yeah, it's like he just like blows through all his money. It's just kind of funny, but I guess that's what would happen, So.
Yeah, oh man, it's fantastic. Like when it comes to the sequels, I don't know. Like, I still think this is my favorite sequel.
Oh, sequel.
Okay, so if you're going from 2 to Rocky Balboa,
So you go 1 and then 2.
1 is my favorite.
Okay, I'm in agreement. 2 is my favorite sequel.
Okay. Now most people would say probably Rocky 4 would be.
Most people would say 4 is their favorite.
That's true, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll get into that. But Rocky 2, what would you give it? Like, we gave the first one a 10.
I'd say 9.5.
I agree. It's like a little bit below.
Yeah. It's even hard for me to say that because, like, really my problems are so, Paulie didn't have a big part. Okay, so that's, what else is there? I don't know. Everything else was good, so.
Bill Conti, of course, does the music and
added some new, Conquest.
Oh, Conquest.
That's one of my favorites.
That's a great one.
And so,
was that on the soundtrack of? You do know there was a Rocky 2 soundtrack, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never owned it, or I can't even off the top of my head think of what the track list is for it. But I know for sure it was in the Rocky 3 soundtrack.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure it was because Redemption, which is the ambulance music, that was
Like the main.
That was the theme that was created for this film that they never really used again.
No, they
That
didn't.
was the only time they used it. But I like that.
That's a great
score.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Rocky 2. Let us know down in the comments what you thought of Rocky 2 if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And yeah, we're gonna be continuing on with the Rocky movies up till Creed 2. So definitely stay tuned. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Well, on to Rocky 3, I guess. See you guys next time.
They.